Hey, Doug, come on. Anywhere you want, Doug.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition here of Paul Santos Live. We're actually live right now, and we're down here at the Kilburn Mill. And things are getting very exciting because this gentleman right here, Doug Flutie, is visiting us.
Yeah, Doug Flutie's in the house.
All right, and it's great to have you here today. I know that Sib Hashian, the great drummer of Boston, we lost him a few years ago. He was a great friend of yours, and that's one of the reasons why you're here today, correct?
Absolutely. He's always supported our foundation. Sibby and I hung out a little bit. We were actually recording an album, and he was helping me learn some drum licks. And he showed up one day at the house with my buddy Mike to come work with me a little bit. And my wife lost it. It's like, that's Sibby. That's Sibby. Where's my 8-track tape? I got an 8-track somewhere. I got to get Sibby to sign it. And she still talks about that. But then we've moved down to Florida, and it's in a box somewhere, and we still haven't found it. And she's very heartbroken over that. But Sibby's he was a great friend.
Well, this movie that's being shot, Let There Be Drums, the legacy of Sib Hashian, they're shooting some footage today. And you're going to be in the movie. I know The Rock is in the movie. Very exciting stuff to pay tribute to him.
I mean, we all love Sibby so much, and he was a big part of my growing up. So to be able to become a personal friend to Sibby was a big deal to me. But he just had a big heart. He would show up at our foundation events and help us out. And I think if people see his story and all that he's been through and all he's done, it'll be very heartwarming. He to the end, he loved playing the drums.
Well, speaking of somebody that likes to play the drums, a lot of people know you as the football player, but you're also a musician and you play the drums too.
I don't know. They told me I play the drums, so I'm going to try tonight. And, Barry Gaudreau's over here. Barry's our former guitarist of Boston, and we've played together a number of times. And Barry's compliment to me is, he has a lot of enthusiasm. Yes.
You've been a spokesman for autism, obviously autism in your family. What do you think it is that people don't know that should know about autism?
I think the number of children that have been diagnosed with autism. When we first started our foundation 23 years ago, 1 out of every 2,500 children was diagnosed or on the spectrum. Now it's 1 out of every 66 and 1 out of every 45 or so boys. So it's a wide spectrum. It ranges from very low functioning to high functioning. Dan Marino's son actually went on to graduate from college and be independent. My son is very dependent on us and very low functioning. So I think it's the sheer numbers that people don't really realize. You talk about a pandemic and an epidemic. This is a lot, big numbers.
People should educate themselves.
They really should. And I mean, if you looked at when we started our foundation about 23 years ago, if you read in a textbook what causes autism, it was by neglect and bad parenting was what they thought. And there was really nothing going on. There were a couple of foundations. When we started ours, there was 1 or 2 at the tops. Now, Autism Speaks out there with a lot of money. A lot of people are aware and pushing it. But there have been a lot of steps forward now as far as rights for the kids and actually for schooling and everything else. So we're making strides.
Great. 21 years as a professional football player. Of course, your years at Boston College, Heisman Trophy, 1984, right? And it's the USFL. You had a number of years in the NFL. I think it was about 12. And you had, 8 up there in Canada. You won 3 championships up in Canada. You won the Outstanding Player Award, which is MVP. I mean, you have time to fit all this in here, all your accomplishments in football.
It's been so much fun. And it was a journey. It definitely was. And I'm a little jealous of the guys like a Tom Brady. I had to bounce around a lot, and I had success. I had my moments, and things were great. But I wouldn't change anything for the world, especially my years in Canada. It was so much fun. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was wheeling and dealing. I got to play with my brother for a season up there, and just so many fond memories. And I had these 2 bookend moments, right? Everybody remembers the Hail Mary, but I also had the drop kick at the end of my career, which was cool. That was my very last play ever, and it was a cool way, very cool way to finish off.
Tell me a little bit about Bill Belichick. A lot of Patriots fans around here, people see him as this crusty old coach, kind of cranky and all that. What's he really like?
Bill he's got a really dry wit. and you've got to pay attention because he is funny. It just blows right past you. And he does it with reporters. He does it with his mannerisms with reporters. He does it with his words and the way he talks and the things he says. And I mean, he loves. Bill loved going to Bon Jovi concerts. We went to a Bruce Springsteen concert together. We're sitting up in a box, and Bill, it was during the season, so he's busy, but he wanted to take that out. It was at Gillette, and he's like, "Why is he playing these songs? Get to the good stuff. What are you doing, Bruce? Come on." You know, it's like, right away. So Bill's funny. Bill's great, and I love him for giving me the opportunity to play one more year with New England and getting that drop kick.
Bill Belichick rocks it out. Is that what you're telling us?
Oh, he loves it. Back in the day, he was a closet drummer. As far as I know, he got a drum set. Tico Torres from Bon Jovi sent him. I don't know if Bill asked for it or if Tico just sent it, but Tico sent him a drum kit, and I don't know. I don't know if he ever started playing or not, but I think he did.
Well, this gentleman over here, Chops Turner, he's my partner in crime over here.
How you doing,
and he's an outstanding singer.
So
and we do this live stream show every week.
Hey,
Yeah, it's really. I want to ask you another thing. He remembered this song, right? Can you give us about 15 seconds of it, Chops? Remember this song back in the day?
you mean
Tutti Flutie.
Wop papa loop pop wop bamboo tutti frutti, oh Rudy, tutti frutti, woo,
Tutti Flutie.
tutti frutti, oh Rudy.
Who sang that? Little Richard?
Yeah, but it's Tutti
Oh, yeah, Little Richard, right? Little Richard. My man, Doug's in the house.
We got a couple of props here.
Hey,
Get a ball here. Nobody's
Mike, we
seen
gonna
another right
pass?
here. Hey, look at this right here. Flutie Flakes.
Yeah.
Flutie Flakes. Hey-oh.
Oh. Pump it up.
You're not going to let air out of the ball, are you?
Mike.
You can pick up a football right away. This is just a little underinflated. And now the first thing you think is it's a Patriot ball, right? It's like that. And going back to that, now going today, Tom threw the ball very poorly. He completed passes all, but he underthrew a bunch of balls that first half. He had trouble throwing a spiral in that first half. Then at halftime, they put a little air in the ball and it lit it up. So it was intentional if they were away.
How did you like your ball?
I like it in my receiver's hands as opposed to a defensive back's hands.
How many people can say that they had a cereal named after them?
Wow.
You know,
Yeah,
but what
look
kills
at
me is
that.
a lot of people, oh yeah, you were on the Wheaties box. No, it was Flutie Flakes. But yes, I was on the Wheaties box. But no, you're thinking about the Flutie Flakes. We sold 4.5 million boxes of those and raised almost $2 million for the foundation.
You know, Chops, one of our viewers in Niagara Falls was a big Buffalo Bills fan. She sent this to me. She sent this to me this morning and said, "Hey, ask Doug about the Flutie Flakes."
She obviously has the red box, which is the original box, which is worth a lot more than the others. Yeah, it's worth about $4 or $5.
All right, Chops. Chops, I have one more question.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to
Yes,
remember
sir.
what it was.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how about that Hail Mary?
You know, I
just can't help it.
Two things about that. First of all, we kind of thought it was a big deal. You know, it was cool. Aaron Rodgers does it every week.
That's
now,
right. That's right.
So
That's
it's
right.
like,
That's right.
but check this out. We had the 35th anniversary of the Hail Mary, and I did a bunch of interviews about it, right? They were asking you what, you know, da-da-da. And so they did this big piece on it, and I saw some extra film or different shots that I hadn't seen before, and I got a freeze frame. I got it on my phone now. The play was getting run. It's supposed to be like roll right. They were going long, and I was going to throw long. Tight end was supposed to be in pass protection. Well, they were only going to rush 3 guys. I walk over, hey, go long, stay wide, get down there, get as wide as you can. I'm going to try to roll right, drift everybody over, maybe throw back to you, right? So he goes down. I get out there, guys running at me. I throw the Hail Mary. Gerard catches it. We go nuts. We get in the locker room. Pete Casparillo was the tight end. Pete's like, you know, we had a shot. And I said, yeah, like every receiver thinks they were open, right? So this is 35 years later, and I see an angle I hadn't seen before. Pete is all by himself at the 10-yard line on the left side of the field because the guy that made the play for us, the safety was in position. The backside corner drifted across, jumped up. They bump into each other. Ball goes through. Gerard catches it. The backside corner left his responsibility. And Pete is all by himself on the back. I could have set up, thrown it to him. He would have walked in the end zone. It would have been boring.
He would have been a hero, right?
I told Pete, yeah, I saw that. He's like, I'm glad you didn't throw it to me. I would have dropped it.
Chops, hang on one second. Chops, put that microphone down for a second. Put the microphone. Chops Turner won 2 national championships in flag football. Okay, go over there, my man. What right over there?
Hey,
How about a Hail Mary part 2 right over here to Chops? Here we go.
back up.
Go. Hey, all the way down there, Chops. All the way down there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Down the pole. There you go. Go deep. Go deep, Chops. Go deep. You got it. Flutie drops back. He throws. Touchdown, Turner! Yeah! That's great. Well, this young lady right here, Sarah Hill Folger, who's going to be narrating the Sib Hashian movie. So isn't it great being here with Doug today?
Oh, it's amazing. This is going to be an amazing film, and we're so thrilled that he's going to be playing here tonight, and that all these people have come out, and we're all starving for entertainment. Who's hungry for entertainment? Woo! So we got some great talent in this house, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
Now that the pandemic is winding down, everybody's excited to get out, excited to have a good time, and the people of the South Coast around New Bedford and so forth, they are thrilled to have you down here today, Doug.
We're ready to be playing fun, and Barry Goodrow from the band, the former member of the band, is here with us and playing, and James Montgomery jumping in. So we're gonna have a fun time tonight.
You know, I was looking. You're about 5'10", 180 pounds. So then guys like me always looked up to you like, hey, look at that guy. The guy's the same size as me, and he's playing in the NFL. I can't believe it.
Yeah, you know, there are. I wish I were coming out now, where they run these spread offenses. We were under center, and I'm 5'10". It looked like this, right? It looked like a wall. So now they spread them out. The kids can run around, and they like it. They like, yeah, go be an athlete. It's like, yeah, where were you 20 years ago? But yeah.
It was exciting.
Well, you know, you have to be able to win from the pocket first, and then that stuff is a bonus. And a lot of the kids that come out think, oh, I can just be an athlete and run around. Nobody. The only guy that ever got away with that was Michael Vick. He was ridiculous, you know. But you got to learn the game from the pocket, learn the protections, learn all that, and be able to read. Then when you become an athlete, it's just a bonus. And that's kind of the way I played the game. And I just wish because the offenses they run now are what we were basically doing up in Canada.
Hey, we really appreciate you taking a few minutes out. We're all looking forward to the Flutie Brothers band out there. So thank you very much for throwing the Hail Mary to Chops Turner. Yeah, play the drums. All right, nice talking to you. All right. Doug Flutie, ladies and gentlemen, that was great. So just on the fly here on Facebook Live, we're down here at the Kilbourne Mill, and we've got Barry Goodrow coming on over, and James Montgomery too. Come on over. I'm going to put you in the middle. All right. Montgomery, maybe we can. Yeah, you can stand. We'll have maybe Chops can hold that microphone over here. All right, so nice to meet you. Tell the folks who you are, sir.
I'm Barry Goodrow.
All right, Barry Goodrow, and that's James Montgomery.
Yes, and Barry Goodrow, former guitar player for the great group Boston.
That's right.
Because, you know, Sibby was the drummer. And I'll tell you, the one thing about these guys, Barry and Sibby, Franny, they're the nicest people I've ever met in this business. And, you know, and they have every reason to have an attitude, but they don't. So,
well, Barry, you know, tell us a little bit about you. I know that you've, you know, you had that great time. I was reading up on you, 11 years old. Somebody gave you a guitar. A friend of yours gave you a guitar. A couple of years later, lessons. Then you're writing the stuff. The Boston stuff ends up exploding. I mean, wow, what a great time, and what a great accomplishment for you to, you know, write a lot of that music.
yeah. Well, you know, I have a new band now. It's called Barry Goodrow's Engine Room. And we have a new CD out. So, yeah, I'm still writing, you know, still at it, have some great new music happening, and dying to get out and play in front of a crowd again. In fact, we're going to be playing here
I heard that.
in August. So come on down and get out.
Come on out and see Barry Goodrow riff like a top tire. Yeah. Well, you know, I went in there, I found a clip of you going on a riff on Long Train, and I was like, oh my God, that was unbelievable. I've heard you play it many, many times, but I actually heard you were somewhere live maybe 7-8 years ago, and it was awesome.
Thank you.
Well, it's awesome every time. You know, I was awesome. I grew up with that.
Disco, yeah.
All right, and this do you know when that you're talking about? Not really. It's really good every time, right?
It's good every time.
All right, James Montgomery. Here's an individual. I mean, that whole harmonica thing. I mean, Chops and I were watching it the other day. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. This guy's nasty with that harmonica.
50 years later, I'm still making my living playing a child's toy. Yeah. So anyway.
So 1970 is when you put the band together.
Yeah, officially 71, but in 70 we started going out as the James Montgomery Band. I was still in college then, so.
Yeah, right.
So my college band, I got signed right out of college. So.
That's tremendous.
To Capricorn Records, which was the Allman Brothers label. So I went right from college to touring with the Allman Brothers. So.
The people that you've played with, you know, I didn't want to take too long, but we're talking about Janis Joplin, the Allman Brothers, Aerosmith, Jay Giles Band, Steve Miller, Bruce Springsteen. You've toured with or actually performed with B.B. King, Bonnie Raitt, Charlie Daniels, Patti LaBelle. Very good draw.
Very good draw. Exactly.
Wow, that's a
Get James Cotton in there. James Cotton.
Yeah, James Cotton. I'm making a
Oh,
documentary.
I didn't want to leave anybody out.
I'm making a documentary about James Cotton right now, and
Yeah.
you know, and playing with all those great rock acts was really great. But for me, you know, as a kid, when I was in the basement playing my washtub bass and my homemade harmonica rack to Jimmy Reed records, for me, the big honors were to play with John Lee Hooker and Muddy Waters and B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Junior Wells. So those are my idols growing up.
All of that. He did all of that.
Yeah. So it was an honor for me to play with all of my heroes who played that music that's so special.
How did you learn how to do that whole harmonica thing and just like do it? I mean, you could do it in your sleep, right? It was
you know, I saw a jug band, which came in handy because I eventually played jug with Les Paul. But anyway, I saw a jug band and I had this moment, you know, that I wanted to play blues for the rest of my life. All blues musicians have that moment. And so I was trying to think, now what's the quickest way I can get up on stage and play blues? The harmonica. Yeah. Because you can play harmonica for 4 months and think that you're good enough to get up and play.
No, you are.
But 4 months into the guitar, you're still going, I don't know what the hell's going on here. But anyway, so it's the one thing about the harmonica is that two things about it. Your vocal cords become the harmonica. The same way you would speak something, that's how you get the note out of your harmonica. And the other thing is you can't see it when you play it. So of all the instruments, I think it's the most intimate.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I know that you actually had a radio show for about 5 years. That sounded like fun.
I did, and it was called Back. I was syndicated.
Yeah.
Nationally.
That's pretty good, huh?
I had 3 stations in New England, 1 in Oklahoma, and 1 in Oregon. So, you know, it was coast to coast. Coast to coast.
What do you got coming up project-wise in the near future?
I'm producing 2 documentaries right now.
Okay.
One about my younger brother, who was a hero in the LGBTQ movement. He's responsible for hate crime legislation, and also responsible. There's 21 states now. There's a gay panic defense, and that was Jeff's issue. So we're making a documentary about him. It's an incredible movie about an incredible person. And then I'm also producing a documentary about James Cotton, you know, the most iconic harmonica player of our generation, who played with both Sonny Boy Williamson and also Muddy Waters, which is the biggest accomplishment anyone could ask for in blues. So two movies I'm making, and I'm having a ball.
Gee, that sounds great. And I know that on Saturday night, June 26th at 7:30, James Montgomery is going to be right here at the Kilburn Mill, a 50th anniversary bash of singing, right?
Absolutely. You know. 50th anniversary. Let's see. I started when I was 6, so that would be 56. Yeah, that's exactly right. You know.
Yeah. Very good draw. Very good draw. You know, playing that guitar, it has a particular sound. And in fact, John Ippolito was showing us one of the guitars that you had over here. And
You touched my guitar?
Yeah. What? No, I just looked at it from a distance. You know, the original, original guitarist for the band Boston. So was there a favorite song that you liked that really got everybody's attention?
Well, for me, it's Long Time because, I played the lead on that, and that's really one of the iconic songs from the first record. So I'd have to pick Long Time. Yeah.
And what do you have going on in the near future, project-wise?
I've got a new record with my band, the Engine Room. It's called The Road. We're going to be out later this summer doing shows. So we'll be here actually in August. So keep an eye out for it.
As a matter of fact, let's see, we have you coming down here. In August, right? August the 4th, is that right? I believe I put March, but I think it's August. March went by already.
And I will say,
No, it's August. August the 4th, an evening with Barry Goodrow. Out on the website.
absolutely.
There you go.
And Barry and I continue to do shows together with them singers. They're one of my favorite bands, and he's on fire right now.
All right, well, thank you very much for taking the
True
truth here. I mean, two terrific musicians, and they've spent minutes with us, and we really appreciate it. Barry Goodrow and James Montgomery, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thank you.
All right, there you go.
I love that high note.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, James. Thank you.
All right, the Doug
Thank you.
Flutie Brothers Band is going to be
Oh,
performing in just
come
a
on,
few minutes.
James.
You want to check out Power? Our Power's looking okay?
My man.
I guess it's looking okay. So, Chops, get over. You know that guy talked about B.B. King?
Yeah, man. B.B. King. Oh, man.
Chops
Johnny
Turner loves
Hooker.
singing a lot of that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. We can't wait to hear him. Can't wait to
You know, Chops does that. Thrill is gone.
Oh, we'll see if we can do it James tonight.
Yeah,
See if
that'd
we
be
can do that.
great.
That'd be great.
Oh, and by the way, the Flutie Brothers Band
Yes.
is going to be performing from about 6 to 7:30, and then after that, this other performance will slide in there.
Man.
You know about that?
Yeah, who's that guy? Is that
Chops
Jackie
Turner will be performing. Oh,
Is that
yeah.
Jackie Sanders?
Hey, there's an actor over here.
Where's the actor at?
Yeah, we need an actor. Come
We're
on
gonna-
down. Come on down.
We need
Johnny
that.
St. John, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, put your hands together for the actor, ladies and gentlemen. Bonnie St. John's in the house, my man. How are you?
Say hello to Chops Turner over
Yeah,
here.
my man, boy.
You know, John was
50
in
movies,
a
man.
movie called Patriots
50
Day,
plus.
right? And my wife and I saw it originally, but then for some reason we put it on a couple of months ago and watched it again. And it was terrific. And this guy comes up and he goes, "Hey, I was the cop." I'm like, "You're the cop." Yeah, you're the cop. All right. So that was good.
They always get me for a cop or firefighter or fire chief. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Man,
You
you
short here. You know?
You know William X. Farris, our good friend here from New Bedford, right?
Yes, William. Yeah. Good friend of mine. Wow. Love him. Great actor.
Yeah, he really, really is. And we had a good fortune of interviewing him. So how did you you're from Boston area?
Yeah. I'm from the Boston area.
How'd you get involved in acting?
I've been doing it for about 10 years.
wow.
50 plus movies.
Wow.
Detroit, Patriots Day. We just finished with Ryan Reynolds. It's coming out
Wow.
August 13th.
Yeah, man. Wow, man. This guy.
Yeah. So I'm very busy. Union SAG actor. Yeah.
That's what William is too. Explain that. Hey, Chops, so maybe sometime they need some background. Or
Yeah, we
something,
might need some
Yeah,
background.
you know, some
Yeah,
gotta be walking by or something.
Maybe we
you know,
can get a movie with him. You know?
it's not like 10 seconds in the background, Chops. Here we go, baby.
We're doing a show now with Arthur Alberg's crew.
Wow.
It's me, Arthur, and Dana, and we're doing like a Three Stooges skit. Yeah, it's gonna be fun comedy.
Well, people probably look at that's what's weird. You're looking at him right now, as a matter of fact.
Anyway, show, man. It's a great show. I'm gonna have to watch it now.
That's right. That's right. That's
Paul
right.
Santos
that's right,
live.
that's right. Paul Santos live.
Capital L.
Let's check you guys out.
I think my wife is hiding in the corner over there. Anyway,
We gotta get you up here too,
so
Jack.
people look at acting and stuff like that, and they probably say, "Hey, that's glamorous and all that." But there are long hours, and a lot of times you're waiting around, and And there is another side.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. Yeah, we work sometimes 14-hour,
Wow.
16-hour days.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes I can't get up the next day. My feet are killing me.
How do you get it so that you're acting like?
Call in and say, hey, I can't come in today after 2-3 days now, you know?
This is what he loves to do, right? That's what you love to do. Wow.
Yeah.
How do you get it so that you're not you're become that other character? How do you get it? Because I think most people, if you said, "Hey, Paul, pretend you're somebody," I would be all stiff and I wouldn't be able to act. You know what I mean?
It's so easy. Anybody can do it.
Wow.
You just take directions from the director. They do what you do it, and that's it. Just don't look into the camera. That's
So Chop, say action.
Yeah. Action.
Hey, you going out with my woman? Who do you think you are? Huh? Are you going? Chops told me you're going out with my woman.
No.
I'm sorry. My wife's still here.
You know what it is.
You guys do comedy.
Miss Santos.
Chops was scared. How were you scared? I was sitting.
That's a bad. What is it? What kind of role? Me too. I'm looking at him and say, "Is this guy serious?"
I was trying to act. You know.
I said,
What are you talking about?
lights, camera, action.
All right. So what's coming up?
I've been working on. You ever watch the show Dexter?
Oh, Dexter.
With Michael C. Hall.
Wow.
I've been working on that. They rebooted the show and they're doing 10 brand new episodes.
Wow.
And I've been on 3 episodes so far. We're working on a few more.
All right, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I have a card, Chops, here somewhere. Here's my card. All right, here we go.
You get your card? Give him a card.
There you go.
Oh, anytime, man. Anytime. You're a good guy. Thank you very much.
Paul
Thank you.
Santos Live. That's my card. So
Yes,
you tune
that's
in.
great,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
Tune in.
Thank you very much. All right.
Come on, give him a big round
All
of
right,
applause,
that's
y'all. Come on,
Johnny
give it to
St.
him.
John
Give
right
it to him,
there.
John St. John, y'all. Give it to him. We got to get what about Jackie?
Jackie Santos.
Hey,
Come on down, Jackie.
Jackie.
Come on down, Jackie.
Jackie Santos, come on.
Come on down.
Go over here.
Come on down.
Get over
Jackie
here.
Santos. Come on.
Mike, you're next.
We still got a few minutes before he's gonna go on. So come on. Oh, nice.
Get over here, Jackie.
More than a woman to me.
Joe King, come on, man. Yeah, come on, Joe King, father and son. Come on.
Yeah,
Come
my
on.
father and son. You did a whole
Yes,
lot.
come on, Joe King. We got
All
2
right.
celebrities, ladies and gentlemen.
Jackie,
oh,
nice
yeah,
to see
2
you.
celebrities.
Nice to see you.
Come on, Joe.
This way.
This way, Jay.
We don't want him to be clotheslined over here.
Yeah, you can put your glass. No. Jackie Santos.
What up, man? What a good-looking group this is, huh? Oh man, hey, say hello to the new tours.
That's right.
It only takes a minute, girl. It only takes a minute to run the other way. Anyway, hey, you guys were featured in a national publication. So how did that come about? Father, son, drummers. What a wonderful thing. Let's start with the. I was going to say the old man, but you know.
Really? Yeah. No, I thought that was a great article. Actually, what's his name? What's his name? Tom O'Leary. That's actually Joe Keen's friend, who writes for the magazine.
Wow.
Yeah, who writes for the magazine, and he approached Joe Keen about it. Joe Keen asked me if I wanted to do it. I said, absolutely. Father and son thing is going to be great. So actually, that was in Drumhead magazine, the January-February issue, and it's issued all over the world.
Wow.
Right. It's a global magazine.
Right.
So,
One of the biggest drum magazines in the world. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was really a blessing. Yeah.
So of course, Jackie playing with Tavares all those years. I know Joaquin filled in too, and you went on tour with Tavares too, right? What was that like?
It was great.
I saw him play at the Stadium Theater in Woonsocket.
I did that one too, yeah.
And it was just uncanny the way he was playing the show that I played 40 years ago. So he was playing the parts that I played 40 years ago and playing it great.
Well,
did a fantastic job.
your dad, being an outstanding drummer, I can imagine that as a kid you were watching him and kind of picked it up. I mean, is that how it started?
Absolutely. I remember going to his gigs at the Century House with Amstead and, really observing what's going on and putting up things,
I've been watching you play out in the local community, right? And I'm thinking, man, this guy loves it. I can tell you love it, and that's half the battle. You're doing something you love, right?
Absolutely. When you do what you love, you don't work a day in life. So.
Well, the thing is, I knew he had it. I had a Tavares rehearsal, and Joaquin must have been 4 or 5 years old. Wow. And I would put him on my lap. He couldn't reach the pedals, so I would play the pedals, and he would play the right hand, left hand, perfectly in time.
Wow. So you remember that?
All for 4 or 5 years old.
I don't.
4 or 5 years. And I remember Amstead turning around and telling me, he goes, "Are you kidding me? He's played in perfect time and knew the arrangements."
How old was that?
4 or 5 years old, tops.
That's amazing.
That was incredible. So that's when I knew he really had it. But I never really pushed him. I said, he's got to want. That's inner motivation. You got to want it.
Right.
And once he said, Dad, I really want to do this, then it was magic.
You've got some exciting projects going on right now. Tell us about that.
Well, I have a new band called The Dope Lotus, which we're featured on Spotify.
He's a dope one.
baby, that's dope. Yeah, baby, that's dope.
So The Dope Lotus. So we're on Spotify, iTunes, CD Baby, Apple Music. We're on major platforms all over the world. So yeah, and I'm teaching and playing with a corporate band from Boston and just freelancing with a bunch of different musicians. So
well, I know when you do that, Joaquin Santos and friends, and you bring people in, and one of them is Pat Loomis. Oh, I just love hearing him play with you with the sax and everything.
He's a great musician. He never took a singing lesson in his life. Never, and he sings his tail off. So. True talent, it's real talent. So.
What about this gentleman? What do you got coming up in the future?
I'm going to start teaching virtually in China.
Okay.
In September, 8 public schools. Wow. And then they want me to go perform in Shanghai, Beijing next year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'll be going back
How
to
about
Cape Verde, teaching in Cape Verde, doing some clinics in Portugal. And then I'm going to start recording my own record.
Nice.
It was supposed to have happened last year, but during the pandemic, everything was shut down.
Right.
So get that done.
So, Chops, I got another thing they could do, right? When after they're done with all that, you can come back and do the Paul Santos live show over here, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's do it.
Chops and I, we're starting a new band called the Chocolate Thunders. So check that out.
Can I be in that? Can I be in that?
You be the salt in the band.
You'll never find.
You'll never find.
There he is. Hey, man, that guy. Hey, man. Man, that
Listen, babe.
Yeah.
man. All right, Joaquin Santos, Jackie Santos. Thank you
Ladies
very
and
much.
gentlemen, put your hands together for Joaquin Santos and Jackie Santos. Love you guys, man. These guys are phenomenal.
Hey, Chops,
Honest.
where do you get that deep thing, man?
I don't know where I get to that, man. I'm gonna get Sarah, man. Sarah, right there. We have to get Sarah.
Yeah, Chops. When you singing that deep, that reminds me of a joke. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doza.
Those are who?
Those are the big ones.
Sarah, here you
Hail
go.
Folger.
I'm scared.
All right, so if you're wondering, Sarah Hill Folger, she has an art gallery down here. A lot of people know her from just being a tremendous artist, but you're also participating not only as the narrator in that movie that they shot about, Let There Be Drums, the legacy of Sid,
Yes.
heavily involved in that project. So tell me
Yes.
about that, the narrator being involved in it. What a great project.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I love film, film. I love the fact that it just means the writing and producing and co-producing, and I'm the art director as well as a narrator. So it's kind of a small crew, but we're going to be with some Boston legends and all of Sibby's old friends and his family members, and we're going to shoot from here and in Lynn, Mass, and Boston, and also out in LA with Lauren and Asia are out in LA. So we'll be out there, and it's going to be a great ride. We're super pumped. Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
knew
man.
Sibby very well?
No, I never met Sibby.
Right.
I'm the one that's left out of the crowd because I'm newer to the scene of, that group of friends. And but I've heard legendary stories.
Absolutely, me too.
And I just stayed at Suzanne's last week, Sib's wife, and just heard more and more stories. I get to hear them from the kids, and I just can't wait to come alive. And in Suzanne's own words, she wants legacy for her grandchildren who never got to meet their grandfather to be able to see him through the eyes of all his friends and through the interpretation of this film. So I'm just super excited about it, really.
Nice.
Yeah.
And tell us about your art gallery that you have here, because Chops and I have come down here to visit in preparation for the show. I've met you a couple of times. You're very excited about your setup down here.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We have so many amazing artists. Probably around 40 and always growing. So we have an artisan center, which has about 35 studios in there. We do have some for rent. If anybody's out there looking to be a part of our community, we do have lease space here for artists. Our community of artists, we try to collaborate on things such as an open studio coming up in October on the 23rd and the 24th. We also participate in the AHA night, and we collaborate with Gallery X. And, I'm newer to the scene than most people in this art community, but I've met some tremendous artists, and we have Judith Klein and Sheila Oliveri here, and Kat Knudsen and John Jameson, and the list goes on. Beato Fitz Gallery.
Nice.
We're cool cats here, man. Yeah, man, come on out. You want a studio here at the Kilburn Mill.
So Sarah Hill Folger,
Yes.
I pronounced the Folger correctly, right?
Folger, as in, yeah.
Yeah, the coffee thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you used to get when,
The best part, yeah.
Yeah, what was it about? You Folger in your cup?
The part of waking up is
It's
Folger in your cup.
All right. So but you're not related to the people.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are? You related?
Well, we all came to Nantucket. Pete Folger was actually he did the purveying of the land with the coffins and all that. So he was one of the founders of Nantucket, and he was also a missionary on Martha's Vineyard before they asked him to go there and do the land surveillance and all of that. And then his youngest daughter married a Franklin, and their youngest son was Benjamin. So that's where I get it off.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
All right, well, we really appreciate you taking a minute to come over here and say hello.
I appreciate
and we'd like to have you
asking.
come back real soon,
I'd love to. I'd love to tell you more about what's going on here at the Kilburn Mill, too.
yes,
It's an
yes,
amazing
yes, absolutely.
venue and much talent that's going into the, everything that's going on here at the Mill is with purpose, with passion, and a desire to see an arts and culture community, but also like a little city within walls.
Right.
Retail center going on in the first floor.
So big, this place.
It's 500,000 square feet.
Huge.
105 tenants plus, and there's all these event centers up here. We're getting ready to rock and roll, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sarah Hill Folger, thank you very
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, anytime.
Folger in your cup.
Come
There
on,
you
give
go,
it up for
baby. That's what I'm
Sarah,
talking
y'all.
about.
Sarah, y'all. Yes.
All right, thank you very much for being here. All
Yeah,
right, well, I
great
think,
interview with Sarah.
I think Doug Flutie's going to be playing in a few minutes, so
Yes.
we can head on out and
Okay.
see Doug Flutie's band. But I want to mention real quick, how
Yes.
would you like $10,000?
$10,000. Who wants to win
$10,000?
$10,000?
Big Papa?
Big
Papa want
Papa.
to win $10,000?
Yes.
How about $25,000?
25,000.
Wow.
Thank
Well,
you.
J&J Materials, right? If you go to jnjmaterials.com, and you can go there and you can sign up. Over the next 5 months, they're giving away $10,000.
10 grand, Jackie.
And then in October, they're giving away $25,000.
20. Get online.
Yeah, you just go to jnjmaterials.com, jnjmaterials.com, and you can sign right up again. No purchase necessary. $10,000 a month for the next 5 months. And then in October, $25,000 grand prize. Unbelievable, huh?
That's unbelievable. 25,000. I can't. Man, I need to get that for my tour bus.
Hey, by the way, what happened to that football? Was that football?
Oh, it was the football goal. Yeah, Doug Flutie took a.
Hey, you know what?
I think he took a Hail Mary.
Did you notice I went into the play-by-play?
Yeah,
I
man.
had to play-by-play.
Yeah, man.
You
I
brought that baby right in.
I caught it right in there, man. I couldn't believe it. I was going to drop it at first.
Big Papa thought you were going to drop it.
I did too.
Where is it? Where is the football?
I said,
Right now.
I
Okay,
can't
all
drop this $10,000.
So you know.
Hey, Jackie just told me he played with. Hey, Jackie. Now you played with James Montgomery, right? Many times
wow,
he played with
that's
James. That's a blessing. Jackie's been all over the world, man.
All over the world,
Played
baby.
with all
over
the
the
great
world.
stars.
All right. So, so Chops, catching
Yeah.
that Hail Mary. What was that like? You know, there's the original
Oh
Hail
man,
Mary.
I thought it was
That's
gonna
Hail
drop
Mary
myself.
Part 2. Hail Mary full of grace.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah?
Little Baba. Yeah.
That's right, baby.
Oh,
Our
yeah,
Father,
I forgot about that. That's right.
our Father art in heaven.
Read that name.
Hey,
It's
so-
the Big Papa there.
Yeah, Big Papa. Big Papa didn't think you were going to catch it, but you caught
Yeah.
it. So that's good. All right. Ye of little faith. All right. Anything else there, Chops? I think.
Yeah, and
what else
we
got
trying to
going
get
on?
Mike Casation to do it.
Yeah, Mike.
Where's
Mike
at?
Casation did an interview with Sam Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, little
Flutie,
get him.
the Doug Flutie band playing already?
Not
No?
yet.
Not yet.
I don't
Oh,
hear
not
him.
yet? All right. So I guess
We got a
they
little
won't-
time.
They don't have the big arm throw us off the stage yet. It's at 6
It's
right
6
around
now?
now. So it's
Okay,
gonna-
we got-
Oh, by the way, Chops. By
Yes,
the way.
sir. Yes, sir.
If you go to New Bedford Guide, right? New Bedford
Yes.
Guide, Fall River Reporter, New Bedford Live,
Right.
Paul Santos Live. We do our own live stream show, and I couldn't do it without this gentleman right here,
Thank
Chops
you.
Turner.
Thank you. I think
And
about.
we're actually going to be moving the show here, and we're going to bring the NB Rude Boys down
The
here.
Rude Boys, man, it's gonna be off the
they're
chain,
They're
off
going to
the
be
hook.
playing right here. Sean
Off the hook.
Fitzgerald's going to be down here,
That's gonna be great.
and Rick Rude.
Rick
and,
Rude, oh, yeah.
you know, we've got some terrific guests. Who's your favorite guest that we had recently?
Today?
Yeah, no, that we've had on the show, like in the
Oh
last few
man,
months.
all of them. My favorite, man. I love them all.
How
They all
about
were
Chubby
great.
Tavares? We had
Chubby
Chubby
was
Tavares
great.
on.
Chub-
He
Victor was
he
great.
on. Candida Rose was on.
He's a-
Jimmy James was out there. Joey Charenza, the Frank
Joey,
Sinatra.
Joey's phenomenal.
The
man.
Frank
Joey's
Sinatra
phenomenal. Frank
tribute
Sinatra.
singer.
He's gonna be playing here, right?
Yeah, he's playing back while. He's the guy, you know, he jumps right in there and he goes, under my skin.
Hey man, you sound good,
No,
man.
that was not bad, huh?
Man, you sound good. Don't you work with Sharon? I saw you with Sharon Jensen.
Yeah, I'm working with Sharon Jensen.
Oh,
it's
yeah, the voice teacher.
It's a. She said it's a tough case. Great.
Oh, they were great,
We
man.
had Juliana Amaral, who does all the Led Zeppelin
she was
stuff.
great, man.
Hardwire Rock. Oh, how about Andrew Pollard from the El Grey
What a great guy. What a great guy. What a great.
Oh, and how about one of Chops' favorite?
Who's that?
Salty Lips.
Oh!
Salty Lips, man.
Oh,
That was
boy.
great. Salty Lips.
My wife said, I'll give you a
Yeah,
salty.
Miss Bambi and Crystal Carnage.
Oh, man, that was beautiful.
So, they really had
Beautiful.
some great stuff. So,
Beautiful.
yeah, we're hoping to move down here and start doing some shows.
Yes.
And then, by the way, right,
Right.
if we can get that going,
Right.
there's a possibility that after we're done with our regular live stream
Right.
show, we're going to lead right in. Have a good lead.
Oh, yeah, good lead.
You're going to have a lead right in to the Chops Turner show and the Chops Turner
man,
Facebook
that's
page.
gonna be great, man. That'll
Oh,
be
back
wonderful.
to back, baby.
We're gonna
Back to
segue right into
double
it.
header, baby. Double
Little
header
segue,
right there.
yes, right. Double headed, baby. Look
Double
out.
header.
Yes.
You know what I want to do? I want to get that a slow motion replay
How are you?
of that Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary, yeah. What is it at?
I don't know. Did somebody?
Did you
I want a
did you
slow
catch it?
motion replay.
Oh, they're out there?
All right, we got to quit because Doug is on stage.
Oh, Doug is on
Chops, man,
stage.
We'll be in touch.
Hey, we're coming back on later.
Yeah, Paul Santos live. Check the interview with Doug Flutie. We
Yes,
had a lot
check
of
that
fun.
interview out.
Thank you very much. God bless, and don't forget to laugh. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.